So, hello and welcome. My name is Gail Stephens and I am a minded yoga therapist working here at the Still Point Centre in Chervale in Sheffield. Some of you may have seen my publicity, so some of you may be familiar with this image that I use on my publicity of the Buddha's head with the roses. And I have brought the Buddha's head with me this afternoon because I wanted to tell you a little story about how this came into being. So some of you may be familiar with Kintsugi, which I hope I've pronounced correctly, but it's the Japanese art of mending things with gold. And I don't know if you've ever seen any expression of this art form, but things are quite beautifully and intricately, but also clearly repaired using gold in the seams of the repair as things have been placed back together. And I think, as from what I can understand, that the philosophy is that breakage and repair are part of the history of an object, part of what makes that object unique. And rather than something being repaired, trying to disguise that repair, and somehow that object isn't as good as it used to be, and there's a hope that nobody will notice that in fact it's been repaired, this is a celebration of something which enhances the unique beauty of the object, something which recognises that it has a history all of its own that it didn't have when it was originally conceived and made. So many Christmases ago, I bought this Buddha's head as a candle. So if I turn it this way around, you get a sense of how it would have been as a candle. And indeed, yes, it was a beautiful thing. But because it was a candle, as it burnt, it melted. And in fact, I think you can probably see it broke into several pieces, which we gathered up and lovingly glued back together, and then which I enhanced by popping a rose here into the space that's been left where the candle burnt away. And indeed, sometimes I put a plant in there, sometimes I put lights in there so that it shines through the wax that's left. So why did we bother? Why didn't we just think, oh, that was a nice candle, and throw it away? I think the reason why I bothered and I took something that ostensibly had served its purpose and was broken and used up, because I wanted to explore into that sense of embracing the flawed and the imperfect. Something I saw or read a couple of weeks ago was a sense that we are all perfectly imperfect. And that really resonated with me because in a way, it gives us the opportunity to accept that we are as we are and we're all doing our best. So when we mend something that is broken, we're creating something that's unique and beautiful and resilient. It's come from a place of being broken to a place of renewed beauty. So Rumi tells us that the wound is where the light gets in, and Leonard Cohen sings that the crack is where the light enters. So for me, I think it's about acknowledging that we are flawed and imperfect, and that life in all its glory takes its toll on us. And indeed, in my life, I've been in places where I have felt quite broken, quite overwhelmed, not knowing which way to turn, fragile, as if I would shatter into a million pieces. But I think the point is that we can self-heal and we can allow our spark of uniqueness to shine through, and we can become whole again in a different way. George Eliot wrote, "It's never too late to be what you might have been. It's never too late to be what you might have been." I think that's just wonderful. It means there's hope and we can find the sustainable path forwards. And that's where yoga therapy comes in, because that's exactly what yoga therapy is all about. It's about working to bring balance, to explore into possibility, and to find the sustainable pathway, the bridge, to become your best self. I'd like to just finish this little film with a poem which is by a poet called John Wellwood, who was an American poet. And the poem is called "Forget About Enlightenment." Open your heart to who you are right now, not who you'd like to be, not the saint you're striving to become, but the being right here before you. All of you is holy. You are already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out, touch in, let go. Thank you for watching this all the way through to the end. I hope there's something in here that you perhaps found interesting or suggests a possibility to you. And if that's so, then please do get in touch with me. You can reach me here at the Still Point Centre. I'm here on a Tuesday afternoon seeing clients on a one-to-one basis, and I would love to meet you and hear your story and see where that takes us. Thank you so much.